Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, presenting to you the 2021 Honda Accord TC. So I will not do a very detailed walk around since you see YouTube there's a lot. So in today's video, I'm only focused on telling the spec difference between the Accord 1.5 TC and the 1.5 TCP, because there are only two variants of the 2021 Honda Accord offered in Malaysia. So this is the 10th generation Honda Accord. Okay, so now let's pop open the engine hood. Pop open the engine. Okay, now let's start from the engine bay first before we go through the exterior. So this is a set of 1.5 liter VTEC turbo engine. So this engine is standard in both Honda Accord variant in Malaysia. So okay, this engine is a new set of engine which you can find in the 10th generation Honda Civic. But special for the Accord, this engine have been up-tuned to 190 horsepower and more than 220 Newton meters of torque. So this 1.5 liter engine is a more powerful engine unit compared to the 10th generation Honda Civic 1.5 liter VTEC turbo. So in Malaysia variant, there are no 8A model offers like you would in the US market. So in Malaysia market, only receive a 1.5 liter VTEC turbo paired to a CVT automatic. Okay, so now let's check out the exterior of this 2021 10th generation Honda Accord TC. So from the headlights right here, so standard across both of the variant of the Honda Accord, no matter the 1.5 liter TC or the TCP, gets the full LED headlight. So right here you get your LED daytime running light, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 LED beams, and these three right here is the high beam. So it actually makes the Accord look more luxurious and more sporty. Especially this one is finished in full black, so it feels more executive. So right here you get front parking sensors for the TC model as well. Also the LED fog lights. So here's the front of the Honda Accord. It looks much more sporty compared to the 9th generation model. And this grille right here, originally is finished in chrome, but owner wrapped it to black color together with this Honda badge. So it actually makes the front look more garang than before. And this being a 1.5 liter TC, you basically does not get the Honda sensing feature which you found in the 1.5 liter TCP, which adds on another 10k from this variant. So here's the side profile of the Honda Accord. So actually you can see some shadow of the 10th generation Honda Civic, which is the fastback design, which are recent year Honda's design language. And let's check out the rims. So this being a 1.5 liter TC, you get a 17-inch rim measured in 225/50 R17. Only the 1.5 liter TCP gets the much more bigger rim, which is 18-inch. So right here you get some chrome strip around the window lines as well as the side skirt. So this being a 1.5 liter TC, you still get the Honda sensing camera nicely integrated at the side mirror instead of the Honda Civic, which juts up a little bit, which does not look good. And right here you still get a LED signal indicators. So the Accord does come with keyless entry and keyless start standard across the range, together with auto lock. Basically, when you put your key in your pocket, after you're off the car, you move, let's say around 2 or 3 seconds, the car will automatically lock itself. The door handle upper part is finished in chrome, the down part is finished in black color. So the brakes, you get front ventilated disc, rear solid disc, McPherson strut suspension system at the front and multi-link at the back. So from the back right here, you can actually see how big this car have improved over the previous 9th generation model. People call it the stapler LED tail light, and the Civic we call it the ketam light. So this is one of the characteristics of the 10th generation Honda Accord. So this part right here is finished in LED, and the signal indicators as well as the reverse light is finished in normal bulb. This being a 1.5 liter TC, you do not get 360-degree camera, instead you get a reverse camera and a Accord badge right here. And down here you get a dual exhaust tip finished in this chrome finish, as well as rear parking sensors. And right here you can see the chrome strip is nicely integrated at the rear bumper, conjoined with the rear bumper reflectors. So from the side, as you can see, fastback design, which gives you a Mercedes-Benz CLS kind of vibe. Sporty and sleek executive sedan. So now let's check out the interior. So here's the door handle. Like I mentioned earlier, keyless entry and keyless start. So even though this is a 1.5 liter TC, considering the low spec of the Honda Accord in Malaysia, but you still get 10-way adjustable seat. This is your seat position, seat height, seat back, and this is to adjust your lumbar support. And the seat right here are finished in leather wrap, which are pretty comfortable to sit in. So let's get into the car and close the door. The doors are pretty solid, no doubt, because this is a D-segment sedan. So let's start from the door cuts. As you can see, you get a darker wood trim together with the silver metal door handle, which are pretty high quality. And right here you get your seat memory function. You get 2 sets of memory. And right here, this is your side mirror foldings. This is your side mirror adjustment, your central door lock, window lock, and for the front window you get automatic up and down. And right, this part is pretty plush black leather. This part as well, and some compartments. This is to pop open the boot. This is your push start ignition. This is to adjust the brightness of the meter. Trip meter, front parking sensors, traction control off. So now let's look at the overall interior of the Honda Accord. It's a bigger step up over the 9th generation model, which are pretty conventional. In this 10th generation model is pure sporty yet practical. So let's look at the meter. So the meter you get, this is half digital and half analog. The speedometer is finished in analog, whereas this tachometer you can cycle between different information by using these buttons right here. You press home, you can use this scroll to scroll between different information you want to check out. You get your range and feel, and the animation are pretty smooth. The resolution are also pretty alright. Audio, your phone, driver attention, your maintenance, your warning. So there are no warnings currently, so can back to tachometer. And right here you get your digital engine temperature as well as a fuel gauge. And this is the steering wheel. This is a new generation Honda steering wheel, which is finished in leather wrap together with some stitching inside. And this being a 1.5 liter TC, you still get a pedal shifter. Because this being a CVT gearbox, so it does get a 7 virtual speed. You can use with this pedal shifter to up and down shift. But of course it's programmed to do that because it's not a torque converter automatic. And you get the automatic headlights. This is your front fog light, your signal. What pretty nice sound. And this being a 1.5 liter TC, you lose up the Honda sensing button right here. The only thing you get is a cruise control setting. And this cruise control setting does not come with the adaptive cruise control like you would in the 1.5 liter TCP Honda Sensing. And the steering wheel could be adjusted tilt and telescopic, so you can find a pretty ergonomic seating position. And right here you get the floating touchscreen, which is pretty neatly integrated at the upper part of the dashboard. And unlike the previous 9th generation, which has a separate screen, Now every information are only integrated in this big screen right here. But you do get physical buttons, so which is quite convenient to use. You can push it back and there are different settings right here. Phone settings, FM, Bluetooth audio, trip computer, USB, AM, clock and your compass. And the resolution are pretty nice and pretty smooth as well. And these are your shortcut buttons. This is your volume. This is to tune or scroll. And the upper part of the dashboard is finished in soft touch material. So it feels pretty squeegee and nice to the touch. And down here you get a darker wood trim as well. Your emergency signal indicators. And moving to the aircon panel, this is the similar aircon panel as you found in the GN2 Honda City, but this is much more bigger as well. So this is to adjust your fan speed on and off, push to enter auto, and there are dual zone climate controls, interior air circulation, different modes. As you can hear, the button tactile feel, pretty nice. And you pop open this, it reveals a USB port, a 12-volt socket and a wireless charging. And to enter D, just pull it back to D. And you want to enter sport mode, just press the sport mode right here. And as you can see, the meter changed the display design. And when you enter eco mode, there's an icon right there. And when you put into reverse, you do not get 360-degree camera, but you do get multi-angle reverse camera. The resolution are pretty alright. And you get an electronic parking brake and an auto hold. So right here you get two cup holders and this glove box with dual layers, and inside here you get a USB port. And this being a D segment sedan, so right here you get the Boss switch. You can adjust the seat position and the seat back. Carby spaces. Overall the front is pretty spacious, because Honda is king of interior packaging, so it maximizes the interior space without even sacrificing on the features. And you get a speaker tweeter right here, some visor with rotating mirror. This is your dimming light, your sunglass holder. This is your retractable grip handle. And that's about it. So now let's check out the back seat. So the back seat. So there are one thing you need to notice when you get into the back seat of the Honda Accord, because it has a fast back design. So that means the roof lining is pretty low, given that this is a sedan. So ingress and egress needs more effort. So now let's get into the car back seat. Okay, first thing, as you notice, you get a rear sunblind, which is a plus point for this segment car. You get more privacy and it blocks out the sunlight from outside. And the rear window does not come with automatic, and you still get the pre-plush leather armrest, darker wood trim, cubby spaces to store your stuff, and you get a side light which are not finished in LED, and you get front back seat back pockets, rear aircon vents which can only adjust the fan speed. These are your two USB ports. And the interior room, I think this should not be this should be a pretty basic thing for Honda cars. Every of their car back seats are very spacious, including this Honda Accord. As you can see, the front seat is adjusted a bit backward, but I still get this much of legroom. Headroom is rather sacrificed due to its fastback design. I only get this much. I am 162 cm tall. And right here you get an armrest and you got cup holder right here. But this lid right here feels really flimsy, and you hear the sound are pretty decent. And back here you can access to the boot by opening this cover right here, and get isofix seats for the outer two seats. And the seat bench is rather full length, so it supports my whole thigh. But the seat position is rather low, so ingress and egress needs more effort, like I mentioned. So let's check out the boot. Okay, so now let's check out the boot. Okay, once you open the boot, as you can see, Honda make some effort to cover this bursty part so that it looks more high quality. And the boot space of the Honda Accord is massive. You can actually fold down the rear seats, but only can fold down the whole piece instead of 60/40 split. And down here you get the tire repair kit as well as a spare tire, but it's not a full-size spare tire, it's a space saver type. So yeah, this is basically a short walk around video about this 2021 Honda Accord 1.5 liter TC. So if you have any comments regarding to this car, you can comment down and let me know what you think about this car. And I will see you in my next video. Please remember to subscribe, share and like my videos. Cheers!